Hi everybody and welcome to Module 2, Lesson 2. For this part of the module, we're talking about time, and we're talking about how time is kind of relative and how to measure time. So what we're going to do for this lesson is we're going to be talking about mapping out time. So I'm going to map out time. One of the ways I like to do it is I like to use a number line. It's going to timeline right here. So we're going to start with 1 o'clock. 1 p.m. is going to be here. And then 2 p.m. is going to be here. So I'm measuring out an hour of our time. And we know that from here to here, this is going to be 60 minutes. Because I'm going to abbreviate minutes to min, because there are 60 minutes in an hour. All right, so this is our starting point, so it's like 0 minutes, and that's our ending point right there. So what I want to do is I want to find out if we have recess at 1:10, what is that time going to be between 1 and 2 p.m. So I'm thinking about the time of 1:10. I'm trying to figure out if 1:10 is going to be between 1 and 2 o'clock. So one of the ways to do that is I'm going to map this out. I'm going to do it like we do with a clock. I'm going to do it by 5. So I'm going to see if I can squeeze it in here. So this is going to be 1:05, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Ooh, I'm going to have more room than I thought. Let me back this up a little bit. Just try to be conservative. But I made my timeline long enough, so I'm going to be right here. That's going to be about my 30. It's going to do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So I made 30 because halfway through that hour, it is going to be 30. I'm going to move this up because I'm just noticing I'm writing really tiny. Sorry about that. It's going to be really close to my face now, but that's okay. So I'm going to need to find 1:10, which is the time we would have recess. So when we're counting time, we count by 5s. So this would be 5. This would be 10. So 1:10 would be at this location right there. So when we're counting time, we're doing 5 minutes at a time. So we're going to put a big R by this. So remember, that's when we have recess. So I'm plotting that point with a dot. So you know that I'm plotting it on my number line. So you know that that's where we went. When you find a point and you put it on a number line, that's called plotting a point, which comes up in another lesson. So I'm kind of jumping ahead on that one. All right. So I'm going to kind of erase my jumps right there so you can see it. But right there's my recess time. Now I'm going to talk about having science. I'm going to put R here for this. We're going to do 1:35 is science. So we have science at 1:35. So is 1:35 going to be between here? It actually is. So we know that this is 30. That's halfway between. So I count up 5 more. This should be 1:35 for science. I'm going to plot that point with a dot. I'm going to actually double check my work and I'm going to count it out. So I'm going to say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. At 1:35, we have science. So now we know what comes first and what comes next. So when you're talking about clocks, you're really looking at how to count the time by 5s, and plotting it out on a line like this is going to help you out a lot. As we get through our lessons, we're going to do more and more with plotting out times that we do things. But for right now, we're just doing those couple of plots on how to do time on a timeline. So I hope you guys have enjoyed today's lesson.